So now you guys, we are on to what's pretty much coming into the box. So of course, the first thing that's in the box is the Fitbit. Man, I dropped it. So what's coming into the box is the Fitbit itself. Like I said, it's like I said previously, it's an okay comfortable fit. It's not the most comfortable in my opinion, but it's manageable. Another thing that comes in the box as well is a charger. It's USB, of course, so you can plug it into your computer. You can plug it into your Apple, your iPhone chargers, anywhere that pretty much fits. And how do I say this? If you guys can see in the camera where the green is flashing, all you have to do is sit where the three dots are, sit right in between this, and then you'll get a charge. And what's one thing that I had questions about getting this is like how charging the Fitbit goes. And let me be honest with you, I probably have to charge it once a week, which is pretty awesome because I'm a pretty busy man, and that's pretty good. Another thing that's pretty cool is you get a band. It's similar to the Apple Watch where you can customize. You can customize the Fitbit. It's like you can express yourself as well. I've seen people around that got different types. I've seen purple and yellow, green. So it's pretty cool. It would be pretty nice if they expanded a little more on the bands. That would give you a surreal type of feel. But yeah, but this is the box. I just wanted to show you guys. It's a pretty cool, regular box. I think if I didn't know what the Fitbit was, it gives you a good feel. It give like the descriptions and the pictures on the box. It shows you pretty well how it tracks your pace and your distance whenever you're running or you're biking or even if you're walking itself. Another great thing that it does is displays on the box that it checks your sleep. We'll get into that later into the video. We'll get into that later. So, and then pretty much we're gonna be getting this chart. How do I explain this? It's like a rectangular little small box. And this one really promotes the app. If you're not a tech savvy person and you're not really into tech, or you're not on your phone, or you're not on the apps and stuff like that, it actually walks you through it. It's similar like during COVID. I don't know if you guys went to a restaurant, during COVID, they would have you scan the menu and then it would pull up on your phone. The same thing that happens right here. You scan it, it pops up, it'll have you log in all your information, your weight, all that type of stuff, your weight, so all that type of stuff is pretty cool. And one thing I do like is about this is they pretty much give you a little synopsis of the Fitbit app. And like I said earlier, it shows you how it works. So that's a pretty cool thing in itself. So other than that, I received that. And then I also got a pamphlet. I don't know where it is. I can't really find it. But I also got a pamphlet that really doesn't matter because I'm going to be honest that I don't read it. Yeah. So I just wanted to let you guys know that that's everything that pretty much came included with it. They did have a premium. Like they offered me the pay with the premium. And I guess with the premium for the Fitbit Charge 4, you get things like, how do I explain it? You get like accesses to workouts, yoga, core, bicep workouts, all running, the proper form of running, meditation. You get access to a lot of things, and so that does cost money too. So I just wanted to explain to you guys that's what comes with the Fitbit in the box. So let's get started with our next part of the video. So you guys, one thing that I really want to talk about is the actual Fitbit itself. So, like I said earlier, like I wanted to touch on, if you have any tattoos near your wrist, like I do, it will affect how it reads your like your heart rate and stuff. Like I think specifically your heart rate, it gets in the way. So like I said, I would put the Fitbit somewhere where it can read it if that's what you're looking for. I think that's another thing that sucks too, because like tattoos like is a way to express yourself, you know. So yeah, this is the Fitbit itself. Like I said, you can change the bands. I receive calls and messages and notifications from my phone all the time through the Fitbit. That's actually crazy, right? So one thing that I've noticed too that I don't know if I touched on is if you're touching the screen a lot, like I do quite often, you will get it dirty. So I suggest you would use a cloth. Typically, you would use to like clean your brand new glasses. That would be something that I would suggest to you if you're thinking about getting the Fitbit Charge 4. So now let's talk about, so what does it do? So what you do is you put your two fingers on the sides of the Fitbit, and when you squeeze, it turns it on automatically, which is the date and the time. Like I assume that any other technology that's out now. So when you do, and the thing is what you do is when you're scrolling up, you get to see your steps. Your zone minutes are very important. We'll get into that later with the Fitbit app from a competitive standpoint when you start adding your friends through the app. You have your stairs. You can see your calories. And I know you guys can't see it. Maybe I can zoom in on all this stuff, but yeah, but this is some of the stuff that comes with the Fitbit, and it's pretty impressive, you know? Um, then they have data. I think you can put data in here for it to read the weather. And to be honest, like that's not my style. I mean, if I want to, it's easy as just looking it up on Safari. So, another thing you guys can do is connect your Spotify to the Fitbit. I'm not sure why and or how, because I don't even use Spotify for my music. So I'm assuming you can change the music that you're listening to when you're working out through the Fitbit. I'm assuming that's what you can do. Another thing you can do is if you can track your distance or your pace. Like say if you're the type of person that runs every day, you run a couple of miles a day, you can track your mileage and your pace through this as well, and it's actually pretty accurate to a degree, because I ran about a mile, and it said I ran it in about like 7:40 ish, which is not too shabby for a guy like me. So like I said, it's a the Fitbit is itself is really cool, and it even like kind of sets goals for you. Like every day, I think it like if you reach 10,000 steps, it like congratulates you. And that's one thing that's pretty cool, because a lot of people that are starting their fitness journey, that's something that they could be looking for, that little cheer up. And it goes by 10. So I think the most I've ever hit was 30,000. That's cuz I was at work. I had it on when I had work, and it was clapping. It had all type of stuff. So it will give you that type of feel. So yeah, and also tells you how many miles you've walked for the whole day. So that's the one thing I like about the Fitbit itself, that it tracks everything you're doing. Now, the one flaw that I see, well, for me, is the information that I logged in with while I was setting up the Fitbit. It doesn't change while you change. Now, if that doesn't make sense to you, let me put it in perspective. So when I first started this, I was 192 pounds. Right now, I'm about 188. So it's still saying that I'm 192 pounds, but right now I know that I'm 188. So that's one thing I wish it could do. It could update with you. So I'm assuming that you have to keep typing it in as you change. I wish it could do it and just read it itself, but it's all good. Another thing you could do as well is log in how much water, your water intake. This is one of the biggest ones for me, because where I live, it's hotter than Popeye's chicken on a stove. And water is very important. So what I try to do is log in my so they have a bottle of water. So one bottle of water you would type in. They even have liters, gallons, whatever it is. So this is what the Fitbit itself does. Like I said, I wish it would, really, change and evolve with you, but it's all good. And be careful wearing this too much. It often like leaves a little wrist, like a little mark on your wrist if you wear it too long. I know I said that it can like it can pretty much track your sleeping to see if you've been sleeping and getting enough, hours in. But for me, when I go to bed, I take it off because when you've been wearing it for too long and days, it starts to bother your wrist. Oh, and another thing is waterproof. I had to test this out, even though I heard it a bunch of times. I had to test it out because I went swimming with the Fitbit. I've taken showers with the Fitbit. And I've been in tropical storm weather with the Fitbit, so it's pretty good, and it doesn't affect the way you scroll up or anything, so that's a good sign of it too. So this is the Fitbit Charge 4, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Fitbit. Ladies and gentlemen, now we have the Fitbit app. Now, this is one of the most important parts, I will say. And to get the most accurate information, like your steps, your calories, your zone minutes, what you should do is connect your Fitbit through your Bluetooth with your phone. That's how you get immediate updates with the tracking of what's going on or your fitness or working out. That's how you do it. What I mean by that is, say if you've been working out all day, right? And if you don't connect to it, it's just that your results won't show up when you look at it immediately. It'll just show up the next time your Bluetooth is connected. So that was what I was saying. And then, so the Fitbit app itself is pretty cool in itself. What it does is, I'm going to be showing it on the screen as well. It's pretty important, like I have here on my phone. One thing that it does, it tracks your stress management. So it's a journal. Not only does it track everything, it's a journal. It actually gives you meditation tips and videos as well as instrumentals that can help you. It captures your sleep, like I was explaining to you guys earlier. It tracks your exercise, your health metrics, your heart BPM, everything. Your 9 hours of work, your water, and you can. This is actually really huge. It tracks your food, ladies and gentlemen. It tracks your food. Now, for those who are trying to watch what they eat, this is the best thing for you, because if you're logging in what you're eating, you know that you're not cheating. That kind of rhyme. That was pretty cool. Anyway, so now if you go to the discover part of the app, now I believe with the premium you have to pay. I'm not sure how much. I don't think it's too much. I want to say maybe $10. I don't know. I don't know. I'll put it on the screen. Paying with the premium, you get things like workouts, yoga training. You actually get a Fitbit like coach with videos walking you through a lot of these workouts, to help you. Because I know for myself is, sometimes when I work out, I wonder if I'm doing anything right. So the premium does all of that. And if you're a person who's into different things, there's music to help you sleep. There's guided programs that help you talk, self-motivation. They even have famous people like Aisha Curry on this app explaining yoga and the importance of yoga. They have goals. It is so much on this Fitbit app. It's actually nuts. It is actually nuts. You can assess your wellness, like I was saying earlier. Is actually pretty cool. And I think the pretty cool thing about this app is once you get the premium, and if you don't have the premium, it's okay. Like, that's fine. You also have YouTube. Yeah. And with the premium app, it has workouts on everything. There's short, there's some that are short and there's some that are long. That's what I could say. Now, if you go to the community side of the app, the best thing that you could do is when you start adding people, and when you log in and put down your information, you can make your own username, you can start adding your friends, and then that's when like the competition aspect comes into play, and it's pretty cool. Like, I know I have a group of friends or a group of family members as well as friends, and sometimes we compete to see who has the most steps at the end of the day. I mean, of course, I always win. Like, duh, I always win. But that's a pretty cool thing, I thought, because I'm a competitive person. I played basketball in college, so everything is a competitive aspect for me. So I thought that was pretty freaking cool. So that's the app is a pretty structured thing, and I think that's the coolest part. Like, for me personally, I thought it was pretty structured because I'm like, wow, like I can log in my water. So, because for me, if I don't drink enough water, I get these bad headaches and I get a little dehydrated. And then in my head is like, wow, if I don't drink more than 9 bottles a day, 9 bottles of water a day, then I'm like, wow, then that's not good. So the app is very, very cool, and I really don't have not too many concerns about it. I'm gonna be honest. The only thing I will say is, for those who don't have the premium, I wish they did have some of the workouts, but then everybody got to make their money. It makes perfect sense. So, like I said, I will have some of the things the apps brings on the screen while I'm talking to them, as well as walking you guys through this. I'm trying to see if I'm not forgetting anything else, because and it seems like the theme of this Fitbit is they're trying to have everybody reach their Fitbit goals. And that's one thing I want to say about successful businesses. The successful businesses are the ones that come up with things that people actually really need. So this is pretty cool. And I do want to say, if you guys want to get you a Fitbit Charge 4, it's up to you. I think it depends on what you're looking for. If you're looking for something like what I'm looking for, to log in certain things like my water, what I'm eating, this is perfect, because you could type in a certain food and it'll come up, and everything about it, it'll come up. It's actually really cool. But I didn't see reviews on like people didn't they believe like your heart BPM, it's inaccurate. And if you're looking for that type of stuff, then I could see why you wouldn't get it. But for $99, this was pretty good. It was cheap. And I maybe I want to later on this channel. This channel is about tech, and reviewing the tech. So maybe I could do an Apple Watch and see what's the true difference. But for $99, I truly enjoyed this. We out. Let me know in the comment section how you feel about the Fitbit Charge.